Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Mark Krebs. I'm one of the travel trainers for Team Sunset. It's great to have you all here tonight. Thank you very much for spending part of your night with me. We're going to be talking about something very, very important for all travel agents to know. That is how to handle a 21-day booking. So that is any booking that is being made with you 21 days or less from date of departure. So how many people here, put it in the chat, have started doing quotes? Yeah, Jeremiah, we'll make sure to get this posted to all the team chats. And this will also be on my YouTube page. I will post a link to my YouTube page as well at the end. So awesome. So a few quotes, one quote. Anybody trying to get you to quote something quickly, like within, say, a month of date of departure? Cindy says yes. Yeah, Steph, I know Disney has been big for you. And that's awesome. Stephanie Crosser and I also do some of the Q&As together as well. So you'll see me reference her a lot. See, we've got a few more people in here.
One?
So let me just go ahead and have everybody mute themselves right now. And then we will open it up for Q&A after we do the presentation. Joy says you were attempting to book for a vacation home, but the time of travel didn't work with the clients. Yeah, you're going to find that a lot. So sometimes that does happen. So anyway, so what we're going to be talking about tonight are the 21-day bookings. 21-day bookings are bookings that actually have to go to Archer Travel, no matter who is making the booking and who is traveling. This is to prevent fraud. Archer Travel, in the first 6 months of 2022, had over $150,000 in fraudulent chargebacks from agents who were taking fraudulent credit cards and then leaving the company. So Archer was stuck with those chargebacks. So there's a process that is in place for all Evolution agents to handle these 21-day bookings. So let me go ahead and get started here. Has everybody gone into Travel Cafe and looked around in there? All right, every day, Jeremiah says, that's perfect. You definitely want to check the Travel Cafe every day for new information. Check your team chats as well. Reach out to your mentors, your platinums for any new information. And that's why we do these trainings on a daily basis too, is to give you the most up-to-date information. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to go ahead and log into my back office here. And we'll go into the Travel Cafe. Sorry, my computer's taking a little bit longer to load tonight, just because I've got a few things going in the background. So right here on the left-hand side, five tabs down, it says within 21 days of travel bookings. Okay, so this is where you have to go to follow the procedures for these 21-day bookings. Now, this is going to vary from supplier to supplier, but this is going to give you a basic overview of how to handle these types of bookings. So right here, you can see this flow chart saying, are you booking within 21 days of departure? If you are, and you're booking with a third party, such as through VAX, like Apple Vacations, American Airline Vacations, AM Resort Collection, Blue Sky Tours, FunJet, Pleasant Holidays, Southwest Vacations, Travel Impressions, United Vacations, Delta Vacations, or Ski.com, then you have to follow this procedure. Now, if you are not booking with a third party, say you're booking direct with the airline, you do not have to follow this policy. So does that make sense so far? If I can just have everybody mute themselves too, I'm not sure if we had a few more people come in. Yeah, we did. So thank you very much. Let me get. Okay. So if you're booking with a third party, such as the ones that are listed right here in the flow chart, you have to complete this 21-day booking process with Archer Travel. You have to have a credit card authorization form. You have to have those for any booking you make. It does not matter if it is your own travel or if it is for a client. You have to have a credit card authorization form no matter what. You have to get a copy of the photo ID from the client. That way Archer Travel can verify whether or not they are the actual client who is booking this trip. You have to send that information along with the booking information that you've come up with from your vendor to Archer Travel at 21daybookings@archertravel.com. Once you do that, an Archer Travel staff member will make the booking for you. Once they determine that it is not a fraudulent booking, then they will turn the booking back over to you and you can go about as normal, filling out your commission tracking form and everything else. Does that make sense so far?
Yes, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, because you're kind of cutting out. So we just have to send them the credit card authorization and a copy of ID. We don't need to give them any details as far as like hotel or flight, any information yet, correct?
You do have to send that information to Archer Travel as well with that, to that 21-day bookings email address, because Archer Travel will actually make the booking for you.
Okay, I just want to make sure because you're cutting out. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Now, if you're booking with a company like Archer Go, so say you're on your mobile device, how many people here have Archer Go or have heard of it? It's an app that you can get on your Android or iPhone or your iPad or an Android tablet. It's great to have to book on the go. Okay, so a few people have seen it. I will say this, it is $10.99, but that is for an entire year. So you get 1 year of service with Archer Go for one flat rate of $10.99 once you sign up for it. So if you're booking with that, through that, Barcelo through US and Mexico, Classic Vacations, Contiki Holidays, Disney, Downtown Travel, any of them that are listed down here underneath this no in the flow chart, then you do everything the same as before. You do not need to send this information to Archer because they all have fraud protection policies in place already built into their systems. Does that make sense? All right. So, and just remember that if the supplier isn't listed, it's a 50% commission supplier. So you want to use our preferred platinum and gold suppliers where it's 80% commission back to you, with that commission split between you, Archer, and Archer. So does that make sense to everybody so far? I mean, it's relatively simple. It's just remembering that if you're booking with a third party, that you have to turn that information over to Archer Travel for them to make the booking for you to ensure that it is not a fraudulent transaction. This is how it cuts down on our fees. And that way they don't have to do a price increase on us.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What happens if we do not submit the information into Archer before the 21 days and we go ahead and book within that block, the third party? What happens?
Then that booking will be canceled. That booking will be canceled by Archer Travel because they see all of our bookings, because they can consider it as a fraudulent booking. So that's why you have to have that credit card authorization form, the photo ID from your client, and you've got to send the booking information. So if they see something without booking information. Now, if you're booking this out more than 21 days, you don't have to worry about this. So say your client wants to go to the US Virgin Islands at the end of December. That's a special I'm running on my website right now. Because if they were to book it with me today and they're traveling on the 31st, that is not going to fall into the 21-day policy. So you just book everything the same as you do before and submit your commission tracking form. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense. One of the questions, I don't see Expedia tap on there for third parties. So if I book somebody within 21 days with the Expedia tap or like Bez Online, do I still need to get submit everything to Archer?
I would do it just to be safe, but Expedia has their own fraud safeguards in place as well. My rule of thumb is anytime you are booking something 21 days in advance or sooner, send the information to Archer anyway, just to cover yourself, to make sure that this is going to be a valid booking for you and so that it doesn't come back as a chargeback. So it doesn't matter if you're booking for your client or if you're booking for yourself. I've had agents that have asked me, do I need to submit a 21-day booking policy form to Archer if I'm booking my own travel? And the answer is absolutely yes. Because that way you're covering yourself still, because you're earning commission off of that sale on a travel agent rate or something similar to that.
I have a question.
Yeah.
The commission, is there a difference in the commission between the two? Or is it the same regardless, depending on who we're booking through?
Depends on who you're booking through. So that was actually going to be my next point. Our key suppliers for you, everybody here is a US based agent. Is that right?
We pay for this.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think she was actually auction it up because she never asked for money.
Laquan, if I can just have you mute your microphone, please, for me until I get done here. Thank you. So by using our key suppliers, you receive your 80% commission for using Archer Go, Apple Vacations, American Airlines, AM Resort Collection, Barcelo, Beds Online, Blue Sky. And then this whole list is right here in the Travel Cafe under the 21-day booking procedure tab. So does that make sense? Basically what it boils down to is if a vendor is not listed on this list here, it is paid out at a 50% commission rate rather than the 80. Now, all hotels and resorts websites, so say you're booking directly with Holiday Inn or Hilton, Hyatt, Sheraton, MGM, they are full commission. So that is the full 80% commission that you would receive. So say you had a client that was booking direct with Holiday Inn for a stay in 7 days. Holiday Inn has their own fraud procedures in place to verify the credit card information, still submit the 21-day booking information to Archer just to cover yourself, but you won't have to worry about a chargeback because Holiday Inn would charge back the customer and not the agent. Cruise lines are the same way. Cruise lines are all key suppliers. Okay, I didn't get a chance to see Coffee with Ron today, Brian. I was at an appointment actually, so that's good to know. So again, all cruise lines are key suppliers and they'll be paid full commission. So the 80% commission as well. If you ever have any questions at all about a booking, reach out to your mentor, reach out to your platinum. If they can't answer the question, they will refer you to Archer. Archer is there for us from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, Pacific Standard Time. And then they are there Saturdays from 9 to 1, if I am remembering that correctly. Steph, correct me if I'm wrong on that one, or Cindy, would you please? Yeah, Kiza, all of these slides are in your Travel Cafe under the 21-day booking tab. So you can actually just go to the Travel Cafe at any time and look up this information.
question?
Sure.
So when we're doing the bookings directly, that means that we're going on to those websites, and those are websites that we have not registered as a travel agent with Archer, correct?
Correct. Now you can go in there. One way that you can do it is you can call the hotel directly and ask for the sales department and ask for the commissionable rate. And that way you would receive your commission and then still send that information to Archer on a commission tracking form. Give them Archer's IATAN number, and then they will send that commission information to Archer on your behalf once the guest has completed their stay.
Okay, thank you. And you said I would call the hotel and ask for what department again?
Ask to speak with sales or the manager on duty.
Thank you.
Yep, not a problem. All right, thank you for clarifying that for me, Jeremiah. I really appreciate that. Excuse me. So does that make sense? I mean, it's a lot of information, but not really, but it's very important information for everybody to remember, especially if you're a new agent. If you are in doubt, my recommendation is to go ahead and fill out all that information, send it to Archer, and they will tell you whether or not you needed to do it. They don't mind getting the paperwork as long as we're covering for ourselves and for the company and not getting these chargebacks on fraudulent credit cards.
I have a question.
Sure, Joy.
I'm not sure if you're getting ready to respond or talk about this, but for the cruise lines, when do we use our CLIA card, our number, CLIA number?
When you're using your CLIA, when you're booking the CLIA, like, are you talking about for your own travel or for booking it for a client?
For both.
Okay. You're going to use the Archer phone number for cruises. I will have to look that up. Unless Stephanie, could you look that up for me and put it in the chat box, please? That would be really helpful. And then the CLIA card is really nice because it gives us discounts. It also allows us to access ship tours, and it shows that you are part of an agency that has premier standing with the Cruise Line International Association, and that is the highest standing that you can get with them. So you get a lot of different offers. Sometimes you can get free room upgrades, discounted room upgrades, stuff like that. That's when you would use your CLIA card. I've used it for checking into hotels before.
Oh, okay. So I can use it for checking in hotels. I thought it was strictly for cruising, for cruises.
No, it's a travel agent ID. So some hotels may give you an upgrade if they see that you're a certified travel agent using that CLIA card. I've gotten upgrades using my CLIA card before. Stephanie just put the Keisha, I will explain that here in just a minute. Stephanie put the cruise number into the chat box. So if everybody wants to write that down, that is the phone number that you use for cruises when you're booking with those suppliers. So like Celebrity, Royal Caribbean, Disney, etc. So a CLIA card, it's an identification card for the Cruise Line International Association. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a website in here that you can take a look at. It is a yearly membership fee. Normally it's $129 for per year to be a member of CLIA. Now, because Archer is a premier agency, we get a $50 discount on all new agents and all renewals. So it's only $69. So, I mean, it's a good card to have. I use it a lot. I've gotten discounts at restaurants before because I'm a travel agent, because they know what I'm going to do is that I'm going to actually review their restaurant when I'm going out. So you don't have to let the hotel know that you have a CLIA card before booking, Melissa. You can just let them know at check-in, and depending on what their policies are, they may be able to give you an upgrade or do something else for you, maybe get you a little bit lower rate. But I mean, the travel agent rates are usually as low as they will go. I used to work for hotels for 5 years. I've worked for Wyndham. I've worked for Sheraton. I've worked for Holiday Inn. So The CLIA card does not work with flights. That's the IATAN card that you get once you have hit $5,000 in commissions, paid out commissions in a 12-month period rolling. So that's where the IATAN card differs than the CLIA card. IATAN is an invitation only membership. It costs, I believe, $5,000 to $7,000 a year to get your IATAN card. But once you have $5,000 in commissions in a 12-month period, Archer will actually take care of that for you, and you will receive your IATAN card, which is good for 1 year. Our platinum with World Explorer Courtney Palladino is a 6-time IATAN card holder. So she has booked over $5,000 in commissions 6 times in her career with Archer in the last 6 years, I believe. You do not have to request this with Marriott that I'm aware of. You can let them know that you're a travel agent and maybe they can give you a little bit better rate. And then they'll just ask to see that CLIA card. I can actually show you what it looks like here. So this is my CLIA card. Can everybody see that? All right, so that's my CLIA card. I've had it since June of this year. I'm getting ready to renew at the beginning of the year. Again, this identification needs to be used for cruise ship tours as well. A lot of the times to make sure that you are with an accredited agency and are authorized to do cruise ship tours. So you're just not somebody off the street coming in saying, hey, I want to take a tour of this ship. When that happens, Archer would have all that information and they would get that information to you, and they would request the IATAN card for you, Melissa. So they're the ones that request it and pay for it. And then it would get mailed to Archer or to you. I'm not sure which. I haven't quite gotten to IATAN status yet. I'm working on it, but I haven't gotten there yet. So does what I've talked about tonight make sense for everybody so far?
Hey, can I pipe in for just a second, Mark?
Yeah, go ahead, Steph.
You had mentioned that you haven't earned your IATAN card or your card yet. I also have not earned my first one. However, it's not because I'm not booking, because I've done over 100 grand in sales in 6 months. But many of those sales are flights, and I do not receive a trackable commission on those. So even if we're booking, we may not receive our IATAN card right away, but that doesn't mean that we're not actively booking travel. It's just, because I know that you're a hard worker and you book a lot. I book a lot as well, but sometimes it's just the process, right? So we're still heavy bookers. It just looks different.
Yep, that's absolutely right, Stephanie. I mean, if you're doing mostly flights, we don't get paid commission on those through Archer unless you're booking it through Vax or like Delta Vacations, AA Vacations, something like that. But if you're just doing a flight only, that's when you have to charge a service fee to your client. What I charge is $50 per adult ticket, $25 per child ticket, just to cover my own expenses as well and my time. But that commission is not trackable by Archer because that's going to be what's called an instant commission. And there are a lot of trainings on those as well. We're not going to really get into that tonight. You can jump in on our Q&A tomorrow night. Stephanie and I will be doing Q&A at 5:30 Pacific time tomorrow night, and we'll be more than happy to answer your questions there as well. So, but in regards to the 21-day booking policies that Archer has in place, the key thing is that if you are not sure if you need to submit the information to Archer, submit it. They'd rather get the paperwork and show that you are doing due diligence and trying to prevent a fraudulent transaction from happening. Jenna asks, where could I find the information for how to charge the service fee? That is something that every agent comes up with themselves about how much they want to charge for the service fee. So really that's up to you, how much you want to charge. It could be a percentage of the flights. It could be a flat fee. So, I mean, I just charge a flat fee because if I was to charge 10% on my flights on a $300 flight, I'm losing money. So,
Mark, if I could,
yeah,
what I normally do is I charge $25 per adult person, whether it be 2 people, 6 people going, whatever. I don't charge for kids. So that would be about an extra $50, let's say for 2 people, if they were traveling. And I do that across the board. It just covers me. It also locks them in as my agent. That way, if there be any charges that would come up as I'm doing my research for them as well, that would be covered.
right. And that's a really good point, Jeremiah. You can charge a service fee if you want to. A lot of agents don't. What I do is personally is I actually add 10% to the total trip cost as an instant commission. And then I claim my commission on top of that to cover the time that I've spent. I've been working on a Greece trip for 5 months for a neighbor of mine. So I'm going to be charging them an additional 10% on top of what I'm going to be getting from my vendors that I'm using for that trip. So it's really agent preference. John says, are there any other procedures like this one that we must pay close attention to? This is the biggest one. Just if you really, the rule of thumb is if you are ever in doubt, go to your mentor, go to your team chats, go to your platinum. They are there to help you. I'm helping people all the time in the team chats, on the Facebook pages, the Evolution Enterprises pages, the official Evolution Q&A page, the Rising Tide page. So everybody is here to help out. So Melissa, you can, because it's going to be an instant commission, you're going to have to charge them twice. So I always do a separate service fee because you're going to be using a company like Square, PayPal, something like that to charge your instant commission to get the money right away. So I always do it as a separate transaction instead of giving them one flat price. I just say, I put this in as an agent service fee. Some wording like that. So does that all make sense? Yeah, Cash App is acceptable as well. So does that all make sense, everybody?
Yes, it does.
All right, so everybody knows where to go to find these. You go into the Travel Cafe and it's right down here on the left-hand side saying within 21 days of travel for bookings. You don't have to memorize this, just know that the information is always there in the Travel Cafe. Like I said, if you have questions, go to your mentor, go to your team chats, go to your platinum. Worst case scenario, call Archer. They will help walk you through stuff. So let me stop the recording. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up for a general Q&A as well tonight, just because we have a little bit of time left. So let me go ahead and get this recording stopped and we will open it up for a regular Q&A. Stephanie, you can help me out with this as well. And Cindy too.